Hey guys, Beth here, aka Mediagirl94. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my belated May manga haul. Yes, I know what you're thinking, Beth, we're already like a week, nearly 2 weeks into May and you haven't shown us what manga you bought. Well, here we are. What can I say? I have been very busy. These videos are pretty self-explanatory. I have bought a bunch of manga. I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm not going to go into too much detail though on some of the volumes. You'll notice that there are a lot of volume 1s in this haul, and that's because I've been going into like a deep dive on like the manga like channels here on YouTube, and there's an interesting video that I want to try, and that is trying new manga where you check out first volumes and then you give like a review. And so trust me, I have a lot of first volumes, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on some of these because they will be getting a separate video. I just wanted to try something different in terms of like the manga content here on the channel, but don't worry, we do have other manga to talk about. Yeah, let me just stop rambling before we begin. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into this belated May manga haul. Let's do something different and let's start with the BL volumes. These are all volume 1s, so I'm not going to go into too much details because I haven't read them. And like I said, I want to do the try new manga. Up first we have Katakoi Lamp. I'm not sure if I am saying that right. This is actually just like a one-off. It's very rare, you don't get many series that just do one volume, and that can be a bad and like a good thing, but literally the two central characters are on the front cover. From what the gist is, there's a coffee shop owner, he likes a customer, the customer likes another employee. Will they get together? Probably, because it's only one volume, so there's not going to be much suspense, but hey ho, we'll get more into this when I do my little review. Up next we have Black or White. Now this was actually a recommendation. I went into like my manga shop and they had like recommendations from the staff, and this was one of them, and I'm just there like, okay, I'm intrigued. I haven't read it because this will be in my try new manga. Literally the two guys on the front cover, they are like actors. One plays a good guy and like a prince, and the other normally plays like an arrogant villain. They're together though off screen, but sometimes the off-screen kind of seeps into like their real life apparently. But yeah, there's quite a few volumes in this series. What I saw on the shelf, I want to say I saw at least 8, so if I like it, I will pick up more in the future. And the final BL is Pink Heart Jam Volume 1. As far as I'm aware, there are like only 2 volumes, and this is one of the leads. He is so hot, and then it actually shows you the other lead inside in like a lovely like colour. I like when you get like coloured like front pages, but like the gist of this is not this guy, the other guy is kind of going to college, and he joins a music club, and this guy is very talented, but like a very like doesn't really talk to people. And apparently there is like some sort of like strip club, sex club that this other character goes to, and apparently he is one of the workers, and well, it's BL, so you kind of know where this is going. But again, this was just like a random picked. I loved like the purple and like pink and like black, and also you just got to give me like a hot lead and I'm like, yeah, I'm in for the long haul. These next 4 volumes are also all volume 1 and will be in my try new manga. Some of them are random, some of them are recommendations, and some of them I saw, other manga tubers like talking about, and they intrigued me. So yeah, the first one is Phantom of the Idol Volume 1. Now for me, I bought this randomly because my favourite musical is Phantom of the Opera. And so just kind of like that play on words, Phantom of the Idol, I was there like, I'm going to buy it. I know absolutely nothing about this, but I'm guessing it's idols. But because it's Phantom, there's like a ghost. I've read the blurb. As you can see on the cover, there's a boy and a girl, but there's also another boy on the back, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. But I did buy this based on the title, because I like Phantom of the Opera. I feel like this is not going to be like Phantom of the Opera, but we'll find out in my trying new manga video. Up next is E. McCoy, Now I'm in Love. Now, I've seen a lot of people like reading this series, and so I thought I would check it out. It is like a shoujo beat, so you know it's going to be really cutesy. I kind of already know the story and like the context behind it. You know, shy girl, she gets asked out by a guy, but has never been in a relationship before, and he's kind of a newbie, so it's going to be very interesting. I love shoujo beat. I just love some of like the character artwork. That is why I continue to read like these really cutesy manga series. I get people that ask me, Beth, you like rock and metal and like death metal music, but then you read these cutesy manga, and I'm like, sometimes I just need an escape. And this looks really cute, so I can't wait to check it out. Kind of like Phantom of the Idol, Shortcake Cake Volume 1. I know absolutely nothing about this series going in. All I know is I like cake, and also I saw this cover and was like, oh damn, it's going to have some pretty artwork. It's also a shoujo beat, so you know you can't go wrong. As far as I'm aware, there's a girl. She moves into like a boarding house with other people from the school. There's boys, there's going to be romance, there's going to be a bit of like klutzy clumsiness. Oh, I don't know who loves me. Is there going to be like a love triangle? I know absolutely nothing. This wasn't a random pick. I actually saw someone else like pick this up in like a manga haul, and they were like, it's actually really sweet, and it's got a little bit of like drama and like plot twist, so I'm like, ooh, that seems right up my alley. And the final, like, first volume of manga that will be in my trying new manga is Yakuza Lover Volume 1. Again, shoujo beat. Just some of the thing on the back. Pretty much, if you can't tell from the title, Yakuza Lover. He's a Yakuza. She's a girl. As far as I'm aware, like, he rescues her. And then it's a shoujo beat, so of course there's going to be romance, but there's also going to be danger because of like the Yakuza element. Now, I know I've got it right now here, but when I bought it, it was wrapped in like the plastic, and that's normally only saved for like mature series, so I'm not quite sure why this series is wrapped, because it doesn't have any warnings for like all sexual content, so I'm a little confused and a little intrigued. But this was actually one that, you know, I came across online, and I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued because, well, I've recently been watching, like, people play the Yakuza games, which is one of my favourite games, but I've never played it. And I'm just there like, Yakuza and love, sign me up. Now onto the volumes of manga, which aren't new to me, but there are a couple of volume 1s, but I will explain why. But first is volume 16 of Black Butler. I've been doing these manga videos for a very long time, and I kind of stopped collecting Black Butler at like volume, I'm looking at my shelf in the corner, volume 15. And, well, I don't know what convinced me to like go back. I know the anime is pretty much just come back after like so many years, and it's currently in like the school arc, and I think volume 15 is like the first volume in that like school arc, and so then 16 is a continuation. So I kind of feel like maybe it was fate that I decided to pick up volume 16. I actually haven't checked out the most recent series of Black Butler, so you know, the episodes that cover this arc. But I have gone back and I have watched every other episode of Black Butler. I'm kind of waiting for this arc to end before I go and binge it, because we don't know how many more years until we will get the next Black Butler arc. These volumes, I actually didn't know how hard it was going to be to come across, because I went into my local manga shop and they didn't have volume 16, but then they had like other random volumes. I had to get it on Amazon, but I was so paranoid that it was going to come damaged. But yeah, Black Butler. It is like one of those classic series that like I would highly recommend a lot of people check out, be it the anime or the manga. But just be warned, there is a very big like hiatus between seasons of the anime. So you might want to check out the manga first before you know, commit. But yeah, volume 16 of Black Butler. This wasn't planned with like the anime coming out. I just finally thought, why not try and finish collecting the series, even though I believe it's ongoing and there's at least like 29, 30 volumes. So I can't say that because I've got like 33, 34 volumes of Fire Force. So I will happily recommit to Black Butler. Up next is volume 1 of The Flowers of Evil. Now, this is a very chunky boy, and this is a series that is not new to me because I read it like a couple of years ago, and I actually borrowed like my friends' copies, but then they wanted them back, and I was there like, ooh, I've got a gap on my shelf, and this spine is beautiful, all the spines are beautiful, and so I thought, why don't I just buy the volumes myself, not realising that this cost £20. I think it was like $20.99, and I was there like, ooh. So I won't be collecting all these volumes at once. I'm going to be sprinkling them into my collection. But this is like a really, I'm not quite sure like how to describe it, because it was a series I didn't think I would like, because I love my shoujo beats, I like my fantasy, and like this is like high school, there's like 3 students. And it's a bit like psychological, like dark and twisted. Like the male kind of gets caught looking at like girls' underwear by one of the other girls, and she kind of like blackmails, and there's this whole weird twisty, oh, you kind of have to read it, but just know that it's not going to be like cutesy high school if that's what you want. It's definitely on like the more darker end of like the psychological like manga scale. But yeah, also if you've got a spare 20 quid, then you know, check it out, or do what I did, find a friend that has it and read it first. But yeah, I am literally just collecting this so it looks nice on my shelf. This isn't a new series to me, but I highly recommend it. Up next is Blue Period Volume 1. I know what you're thinking, Beth, it's a Volume 1, why isn't it in the other pile? Because I have watched the anime. The anime is available on Netflix here in England, and I was really intrigued. Like, I had seen this series, like these volumes, on the shelf of like my local manga store, but I just never thought about picking them up. And then I binged the anime, and I was like, I'm intrigued, and so I decided I'm going to pick up the physical. That's a good thing, I believe. Like, sometimes people say, oh, you should read the manga first before you check out the anime. But in this case, it's one of those series where I watched the anime first, and I was intrigued enough that I'm going to part ways with my money collecting this series. I'm probably going to try and get this series like online secondhand because it's pretty pricey. So yeah, Blue Period, it's literally set in high school around like art. You kind of have to read it and like watch it to fully understand, because it can kind of sound boring. Oh wow, a bunch of artists in school. But you know, it's trials, tribulations, and you don't realise just how much drama is in this series until you start reading it. It is nothing like you probably expect going in, kind of like me. I watched the anime and was like, I was not expecting some of these like twists, some of like the character development. So, you know, I'm really intrigued to pick up the manga. So yeah, Blue Period. It's a little on the pricey end, so I would recommend, if you're going to pick this up, try and get it secondhand online. And the final volume of manga, even though I would say it's more of a graphic novel, but it's got an anime, and this was in the manga section of my store, it is Solo Leveling. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Really, Beth? Solo Leveling? You're only just getting into it now? And the answer would be yes. When the anime first came out, it did not interest me one little bit. And then they released the game, the gacha game, the mobile game, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to play it because it's Netmarble and I like Seven Deadly Sins, the Grand Cross game that they did. But then I realised, oh, I know absolutely nothing. So then I actually went and checked out the anime, and I was like, okay, it's a very interesting concept. Like, you've got like hunters, and he's not a very good hunter, so he kind of like solo levels and kind of becomes like a master. And it's not really like your typical like manga in the sense that it's like black and white, because it is fully colour, but it kind of is more, I would say, graphic novel. But it was in the manga section. But I didn't buy this new. I actually bought this secondhand. I got a really good like value on Depop for like £6-7. It is a little bit like dog-eared, but you know, I'm not going to complain. But yeah, Solo Leveling, again, I slept on the series, and now I'm kind of like, oh, I highly recommend it. Because it's got everything I like. It's got fighting, it's got monsters, like fantasy, drama. Solo Leveling. I think this is the perfect way to wrap up this May manga haul. And again, yeah, it's a volume 1. Because I've decided that I'm going to try new series, and if I like them, then I'm going to continue buying them. But I don't want to commit to too many series. However, I'm looking at the pile beneath the camera and thinking some of those volumes and some of those series are not going to make the cut because my shelf isn't that big. But we're talking about Solo Leveling and manga in general. I hope you guys enjoyed this May manga haul. So there we have it, guys and girls of the internet. That was just my May manga haul. I hope you guys learned something about me and, well, my taste in manga and anime. If you want to like request like any manga you think I might like, or any anime you think I should check out, I am not fussed on the genre. I will watch just about anything and I will read just about anything. So comments is the place to go to start a conversation, and it'll probably be like in the next couple of weeks when I release my try a new manga video. It'll definitely be before the end of the month because I'm finally getting some time off work, so I'll definitely be trying to do more content here on the channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comments is the place to go, as I've already said. I can't really say anything else, so let's just wrap up this video. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I'm Beth, Mediagirl94. Goodbye.